Today we are going to talk about a very important topic: things you should never do for anyone. Throughout our lives, it's natural to want to please the people we love and care for their feelings, but there are limits that we should never cross. In this video we will explore actions that can compromise our emotional health, our well-being, and even our identity. Remember that taking care of yourself is fundamental, and today we will give you some guidelines to teach you how to establish those healthy boundaries. So, if you're ready to reflect on your relationships and learn to prioritize yourself, stay with us. Let's get started. Number 1, never beg anyone. Undoubtedly, the saddest thing you could do in your life is to beg others. Be it out of affection, love, or friendship. None of those things should be begged in life. If people don't see your worth as a person on their own, it's better not to strain yourself trying to prove it to them, because it will be in vain. But more importantly, you should never beg anyone for your own good, because all you achieve is hurting yourself. Begging will only cause you pain and immense unhappiness. Don't knock on a door that won't open. No matter how long you wait, if they don't value your company, if no one feels fortunate to be with you, walk away from those people. Sometimes, solitude is better than bad company. And if a person doesn't love you, don't beg for a little bit of their love. Don't accept half-hearted love or being in a place where happiness feels miles away. Stay away from what doesn't do you good. Never beg others. If you're not important to others, then you should walk away with your dignity intact. If it hurts you to distance yourself from someone who doesn't want you, it's because you don't value yourself. Because when you start to realize how much you are worth and decide to value yourself, that's when you stop begging others. You stop insisting. And simply, to the one who wants to leave, you open the door. Do you know why many people suffer today? The answer is because they trust too much. And people take advantage of that. Number 2, don't trust anyone. Do you know why many people suffer today? The answer is because they trust too much and people take advantage of that. Trust is a very valuable treasure and you can't give it to just anyone. Because in life, there will always be people who come into your life and make you believe they are good, and you end up trusting them. Then over time, you will discover that those people were not what they claimed to be, nor were they what they showed. Sometimes you might say, this person will never let me down. But we cannot assert those kinds of things because they don't depend on us. In life, there are false people, and many times they are closer than you think. They might be those closest to you. Many times in life, we will encounter exceptions and we can never know where the blow will come from. Sometimes they might be those people you swore would never let you down. That's why you shouldn't trust people so much. Nowadays, no one is what they claim to be. Today, it is very complicated to find sincerity. That's why it's better not to trust. It's better to live trusting only in yourself. Because you are the only person who will never let you down. Because only you can do everything for yourself. Many people have lived and suffered many disappointments because they trusted too much. But as the saying goes, good people are the ones who suffer the most, and they hurt themselves by trusting too much in the wrong people. Number 3, expect nothing from anyone. Never live expecting things from others. Because you might end up waiting your whole life. Don't live waiting for someone to keep their promises, or that they reciprocate by giving you the same you give. A person's interest is demonstrated with deeds and actions, not words. Don't believe those who say they love you, but rather those who fight for you. Don't expect someone to do for you what you do for them, because not everyone is willing to value you the same way you do. Not everyone is willing to love you the same way you do, and this is very important for you to understand. Today you may give and do everything for a person, but you won't always receive the same in return. Don't wait for your partner to change and value you a little more. Don't expect things that will probably never come. Don't expect anything that doesn't depend on you, because the only control you have is over what you can do for yourself. Don't wait for someone to make you happy. Instead, go out and seek that happiness. If you want something to change in your life, you must change it yourself, because only you are capable of doing so. And those who don't value you, it's better to let them go or to distance yourself from them, because it's better to seek your happiness than to wait for it. It's better to follow your path, live your life, and expect nothing from anyone. Number 4, don't give more than what people deserve. Throughout life, I have come to understand that it is essential to reserve the best of ourselves for those who truly appreciate it. Often, falling into the trap of giving more than a person truly deserves can lead us to profound disappointment. Acts of generosity without due consideration can become double-edged swords, and those who receive such gestures sometimes seem to forget quickly the sacrifice involved. It's true that an extended hand can be interpreted as a gesture of weakness, and many times our best intentions are met with ingratitude. Those we have supported may occasionally respond with reproaches or a disdainful attitude toward our actions. Here lies the lesson. It is unwise to give everything regardless of the bonds we believe we have with the other person. Why? Because human nature is complex and, on many occasions, unknown. Disappointments are inevitable. When someone we have deemed valuable lets us down, we face the painful reality that our trust was misplaced. In those moments of disappointment, it is essential to remember that every experience, no matter how bitter, offers us a valuable lesson. Those interactions that have left us scarred will, in the end, be lessons that guide us in the future. Not everyone deserves our effort, and we cannot always change the perception others have of our actions. What was has already been. So let's not allow the pain of disappointment to define our ability to give. Instead, let's use that suffering as a catalyst for growth and wisdom. Let's reserve our time and effort for those who truly value what we offer. On this path, we will find not only peace but also a more authentic way to share our kindness with those who truly deserve it. It is wise to understand that offering unsolicited help can lead to misunderstandings and disappointments. By acting without being asked, you may project an image of weakness, as if your worth is measured by your willingness to please others without regard for your own time and purpose. True strength lies in knowing the boundaries of your time and energy, and in directing your efforts toward what brings meaning and value to both your life and to those who truly appreciate it. By being selective in your offers, you will cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and genuine recognition. Number 5. Never shed tears for those who don't recognize your worth. If someone has decided to distance themselves from you, or if, in your sincerity, you have offered your heart and have been rejected, don't let their choice drag you into sadness. Understand that, in the vast tapestry of existence, not all connections are meant to flourish. This is a hard lesson, a blow that resonates deeply within, but it is part of the human journey we all must face. Love doesn't always align as we wish, and the affections we nurture may not be reciprocated. Sometimes, the person who captivates your being may not be the right one to accompany you on the journey of life. It is painful, we know, but in the midst of that anguish, there is an invaluable lesson. No one deserves your tears in their honor. If you ever allowed your suffering to settle in your chest due to another's disdain, don't reproach yourself. Life's paths are often unexpected, and each of us has stumbled along the way. However, it is essential to always remember that your well-being should not be a sacrifice on the altar of someone else's lack of consideration. No one has the power to determine the value you carry within, and there is no human being so significant that justifies the surrender of your dignity. If you gave your love to someone who did not know how to appreciate it, understand that this person is not worthy of you. If the relationship had thrived differently, it's likely you still wouldn't have found happiness, since inner fulfillment does not come from external approval. In other words, if a person does not value you, their presence in your life will not bring the satisfaction you long for. Therefore, hold your head high and walk firmly. Don't give in to lamenting over those who do not know how to value what you offer. Every day is a new opportunity to recognize your own worth and to allow only those who truly appreciate it to walk alongside you. Do not cry for others, nor give them the power to dim your light. Your life, as a precious asset, deserves to be lived to the fullest, free of the shadows that others may cast. Number 3. Expect nothing from anyone. Maturity is manifested in our capacity to recognize the impermanent nature of human relationships and the inherent differences in our expectations. Often, we place a level of trust in others that perhaps they are not willing to reciprocate. By doing so, we risk experiencing disappointments that can disturb our inner peace. It is a wise act to discern that the love and attention we offer will not always receive the same response. This recognition allows us to release our expectations, which in turn protects us from suffering. By ceasing to wait for others to act according to our standards of appreciation, we begin to experience an internal freedom. Reflection leads us to understand that each individual has their own path and priorities, and these will not always align with ours. Hence, the importance of adopting a stance of acceptance rather than judgment. The phrase, "No one let me down, I let myself down by expecting so much from others," encapsulates this life equation. By internalizing this truth, we will learn to avoid the trap of excessive expectations. Ultimately, it is a virtue to live with a mind free from the burden of expectations. In doing so, we find that the essence of relationships converts into the pleasure of giving, without the burden of the need to receive. Thus, every encounter becomes an opportunity to appreciate others as they are, not as we wish them to be. Let us therefore adopt an attitude of giving and openness, allowing life's flow to teach us to value the journey more than the destination. Number 6. Never put another person and their goals and happiness before yourself and your goals. When we allow our aspirations and desires to be subordinated to the expectations of others, we limit our capacity to reach our most authentic goals. It is essential that we do not seek refuge in the achievements of others nor live a foreign existence. Every individual is meant to follow a unique path that deserves to be walked with courage. Loving others is fundamental, but it should never overshadow the love and respect we must have for ourselves. Frequently, women feel pressured to relinquish their own ambitions in favor of relationships or commitments. However, it's crucial to remember that by neglecting our personal development, we are also restricting our ability to contribute to those around us. The most effective way to support others and fulfill the purpose for which we have been created is by becoming the best version of ourselves, fully utilizing our talents and skills. Developing our potential requires a deep commitment to our own aspirations, continuous effort in our personal growth, and recognition of the importance of prioritizing our needs. This journey also involves strengthening our connection with the divine and valuing our uniqueness. Life is a gift, and we are responsible before God and ourselves for how we choose to live it. Every step you take in your personal growth positively impacts those around you. Cultivating an authentic and meaningful existence is an act of love that benefits not only oneself but also the community enriched by that individual development. Therefore, never forget that your journey is exclusively yours, and it is your responsibility to walk it with determination and courage. Number 7. Never allow someone to disrespect you twice in the same place. Accepting disrespect from anyone can have negative consequences for our self-esteem, our relationships, and our overall well-being. Developing the idea that you should never allow anyone to disrespect you means recognizing and valuing your own worth and dignity. Here are some key points that highlight the importance of this stance. The way we allow others to treat us often reflects how we see ourselves. Accepting disrespect can lead to the internalization of negative messages about our worth as individuals. By establishing boundaries and not tolerating disrespect, we reaffirm our value and dignity before ourselves and others. By not accepting disrespect, we not only defend ourselves, but we also model healthy behavior for those around us. This can influence friends, family, and colleagues, sending the message that courtesy and respect are fundamental in all interactions. Allowing disrespect to be tolerable can lead to toxic relationships, where a lack of consideration becomes the norm. By maintaining clear boundaries regarding how you wish to be treated, you protect your relationships from attitudes that could become harmful or destructive. If you are willing to point out disrespect, you foster an environment where open and honest communication is possible. This allows individuals to express their opinions and feelings respectfully, which in turn can enhance the quality of relationships. Letting others get away with being disrespectful contributes to a culture of impunity. By pointing out and rejecting this behavior, you help create an environment where mutual respect is the norm and expected from everyone. Establishing boundaries can be a process of personal growth. It helps you develop assertiveness and self-confidence skills, which are fundamental for effectively navigating interpersonal relationships. By confronting disrespect, you empower yourself and learn to advocate for what is important to you. Tolerance to disrespect can have detrimental effects on our mental health. Feelings of frustration, anxiety, or depression can arise when we feel devalued. By rejecting disrespect, we promote greater emotional and mental health. Accepting disrespect affects not only our daily interactions, but it can also have lasting ramifications on our personal and professional life. It is crucial to establish and maintain clear boundaries, always remembering that we deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, regardless of the circumstances. The courage to say no to disrespect is a crucial step toward building healthy and satisfying relationships. Number 8. Never stay in a place where you are no longer wanted. One of the most valuable lessons we can learn throughout our lives is that we should never stay in a place where we are not valued. Love and respect must be reciprocal in any type of relationship, whether personal, professional, or social. If you find yourself in an environment where you feel unwelcome or unappreciated, it is essential to have the courage to take a step back and reevaluate your situation. Allowing others to treat you with indifference or disdain can wear you down emotionally. Life is too short to waste in places where your presence is not desired. Instead of clinging to the idea that you should try to make it work, Think about the impact it has on your well-being. This not only affects your self-esteem, but it can also drain your energy to seek connections that truly enrich your life. Every time you choose to stay where you are not wanted, you deny yourself the possibility of finding places and people who do value you. Every human being deserves to be in environments where their authenticity and contribution are recognized. When you decide to leave a place that limits you, you open yourself up to new opportunities, healthier relationships, and experiences that nourish and empower you. This principle applies in various areas. A job that doesn't respect your effort, a friendship that doesn't support you, or a romantic relationship that makes you feel inferior. By prioritizing your well-being and dignity, you not only protect yourself but also inspire others to do the same. Leaving a place where you are not wanted is an act of self-love that, while sometimes may seem difficult, will always lead you toward a more positive and enriching future.